roar of the Persian Empire echoed across the world. From India to Ethiopia, 127 provinces were under the rule of one man, Ahasuerus, king of Persia. His palace in Susa was a monument to his greatness. But in his court, a conspiracy was brewing, a plan of extermination, a decree that would condemn an entire people to death. And in the shadow of danger, God had already placed a woman on the throne. The grand banquet of King Ahasuerus, luxury and opulence. Esther walking through the palace halls, her gaze filled with uncertainty. The royal seal falling on the decree to exterminate the Jews. Mordecai in the streets, tearing his clothes and crying out in desperation. Haman in the court, with a dark smile, convincing the king to destroy the Hebrew people. Esther trembling before the doors of the royal hall, knowing that entering unsummoned could mean her death. Great dinner with the king and Haman, where the fate of a nation would be decided. Haman's face turning to terror as his own destiny is sealed. It is the story of a woman called for a time of crisis. A woman who faced fear, risked her life for her people. The fate of a nation depended on a decision, to speak or to remain silent, to live or to die. The enemy had sealed their plan. God had already prepared the victory. How did an orphan become a queen? How did betrayal nearly destroy an entire people? How did an invisible God change the course of history? This is not just an ancient tale. It is a message for our times. For such a time, you were called. Book of Esther, the movie. It was the third year of the reign of Ahasuerus. From India to Ethiopia, 127 provinces were under his rule. The king of Persia was a man of boundless greatness. But that greatness was not enough for him. He wanted to display his power to the world. And so, he held a banquet, a feast like none had ever seen. For 180 days, princes and nobles of the empire enjoyed the king's luxuries. And at the end, the banquet was open to all. Wine flowed without restriction. Golden goblets gleamed under the light of the chandeliers. The palace gardens were filled with music and laughter. And in the midst of it all, King Ahasuerus was drunk with glory and wine. Then he said,
"Bring Queen Vashti. Let everyone behold her beauty."
But Vashti did not come. She refused, and in an instant, the king's pride was wounded. The laughter faded. Silence fell over the hall. Ahasuerus could not allow it. If his own queen disobeyed him, what would stop all the women of the kingdom from doing the same? At that moment, the royal advisor spoke.
"O king, if Vashti is not punished, women will despise their husbands. Decree that she never again come into your presence, and let her position be given to another better than her."
And so it was. Queen Vashti was banished, but the king soon regretted his decision. For though he had power over the world, he had no queen. The advisors proposed a plan.
"Let the most beautiful maidens in all the kingdom be sought. Let them be brought to the palace, and from among them, the king will choose a new queen."
And so, an edict was sent. The king's officers traveled to every province, every city, every village,